Welcome everyone! We invite you to make your way to your seats. Our program will begin in 10 minutes. Good evening. Please take your seats and silence your devices. Our program will begin in 5 minutes. Everyone, it is time to take your seats. Our program will begin momentarily.
Me. It's very important that NF becomes visible.
It's a genetic disorder that causes tumors to grow throughout the nervous system.
It's very important that NF becomes visible.
It's a genetic disorder that causes tumors to grow throughout the nervous system.
Make NF visible. Make it so we all get the support we need for each other.
I want you to see me.
I want you to see me.
I just want the world to see me.
I want you to see me and see NF.
Please welcome to the stage your host, Jonathan Sadowski.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family of the Children's Tumor Foundation, my name is Jonathan Sadowski, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here for the 7th year in a row as your host. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight at the Children's Tumor Foundation National Gala, live from NYC's Gotham Hall and around the world through our live stream. I think we have in Germany and Houston, Texas, and New Jersey, all over the place. And I am proud to announce that tonight's event is live caption. So we are here tonight to celebrate the groundbreaking work that the Children's Tumor Foundation has been doing to end NF, and the people in the remarkable NF community who make that work possible. I'm talking about all the NF patients, our heroes, their parents, and their families, and also the clinicians and scientists working tirelessly to provide essential care and advocacy and groundbreaking research. Of course, we all know that this is critical work that grinds to a halt if we don't raise funds that are critical to the mission tonight, to develop treatments and cures for all our NF patients. So we are here tonight, not just to celebrate, but also to make sure that we continue to support NF's mission, CTF's mission as a community. Yes? Tonight we will recognize some incredible champions who embody CTF's vision of ending NF and are helping CTF take flight. They've worked with endless determination to make CTF's vision a reality, and we are thrilled to be celebrating them tonight. Humanitarians Kim Snipes and Sarah Wengel. Our National Ambassador Leanna Scaglione, and our Cloud Carrier Award recipients, Kip and Allison Clark. We are also super excited to recognize the work the Junior Board is doing as our future leaders of the CTF. They're not only the ones making incredible contributions to the fight to end NF, and I can feel the energy in this room right now. I actually had the jitters backstage. It's full of people ready to help us meet and even surpass our fundraising goal. Now I know what you're asking. What is that goal? Okay, get ready for it, everybody. The number we want to hit tonight so that the foundation can keep it advancing research and improving the lives of patients with NF is $2 million tonight. And like I said, the energy is not just in this room. Some of our beloved NF community are joining us via live stream. Hello to all of you around the world, around the country. We wish you were here in person, but we're with you and we love you. Say hi in the chat. We see you. I am personally so very touched to be here with everyone once again this evening and to raise as much money possible as we continue the fight to end NF and fulfill our vision of the Children's Tumor Foundation. A mission that is to teach to personally each and every one of us. I am also so excited to tell you that we have two extraordinary musical guests here tonight. I'm freaking out, who are going to make already a memorable evening even more spectacular. You know them from their unforgettable music, including the Oscar-winning songs in Disney's films Frozen and Coco, and way too many other hits for me to list all of them on stage. Like so many of us here tonight, they have been affected by NF and are here to help us celebrate and get the word out. So please help me welcome a husband and wife powerhouse, Grammy and Oscar winner, Kristen Anderson Lopez, and double EGOT winner, Bobby Lopez. So without further ado, let's get started. Here is how each of you can make a donation. All you need to do is text END-NF to 24365. You can also go to ctf.org/gala, or the old-fashioned way, call 800-323-7938. That information should be on everyone's screen right now, but just in case, let me repeat that. You can text END-NF, that's END-NF, to 24365. Go to ctf.org/gala, or call 1-800-323-7938. There are people standing by to take your call. The donations are already rushing in from our virtual audience, and I can't thank you enough for joining us tonight and for donating to support the fight to end NF. So one quick note before we dive in. The programs you picked up at check-in will also be your bid paddle for the research auction. If you lost yours during cocktails, it happens. Totally understandable. Please raise your hand and we'll get someone over to you to get you a replacement right away. And now it is one of my favorite parts of the gala every year when I get to introduce my dear friend who is an absolute rock star trailblazer, a pioneer, and CTF's fearless leader. She is an inspiration to us all, working around the clock to pursue the goal of ending NF for everybody. For 13 years, she has guided CTF with her signature determination and scientific expertise, and we would not be where we are without her today. Please welcome the CEO of the Children's Tumor Foundation, my dear friend, Annette Bacher.
Hi, baby.
You know everybody hears that, right?
I did. And joining her on stage is another passionate, tireless CTF champion, and I know everyone here expresses our gratitude for his relentless service to the Children's Tumor Foundation and their vision to end NF. It's impossible to overstate how much he has done to raise support and awareness for our mission and to help expand our extraordinary community. Please help me welcome the CTF board chair, my boy, Gabe Groisman.
Thank you.
All you. I'm turning it over to you.
Can we get a round of applause for Jonathan Sadowski? Yeah! Jonathan is not connected to NF, and he's been giving his time year after year after year. He flies in from fancy Los Angeles to our foundation to help us out every year. So Jonathan, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. So welcome everybody to the CTF Gala. We're going to start off a little bit different this year. But first, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the Gala chairs who have put together just another beautiful, spectacular gala. First, my sister-in-law, Tila, and we have Clara and Liz and Erica. Every year, they put in the time and the work, and every year it comes out more and more spectacular. Just thank you, guys. So welcome to another gala dinner here in New York City in the beautiful Gotham Hall. For those who are visiting, who is their first time at one of our galas, just very quickly, in layman's terms, because I'm not a doctor or a scientist, NF is neurofibromatosis. It's the parent term for 3 different genetic diseases that are related, that generally speaking cause tumors to grow on the nerves on and in the body. And that's our goal at CTF, is to find treatments and ultimately a cure for NF. And ladies and gentlemen, when you look up neurofibromatosis and NF, if you're lucky enough, and if we did our jobs right at the foundation, the first link you're gonna see, the first organization you're gonna land on is the Children's Tumor Foundation. And if you dig a little deeper, like my family and I did about 10 years ago, you'll end up sitting like I did in a restaurant, maybe not in Bal Harbour where I'm from in South Florida, but where you are, with an incredible woman that's just a powerhouse, a tornado, energy, a tornado of passion, just someone who really gets things done, and that's Annette Bacher. And I took a little bit of privilege this year. I said, Annette, you always give these canned speeches, but people need to know who you are. So Annette, where the heck did you come from, and who are you?
So first of all, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for everybody who is here. Thank you to the chairs, to the staff, everybody who organizes this event. And I'm really happy to sit here with you, with my friend and board chair. So I'm a scientist at heart. I was 10 years in the academic enterprise, as they would say. I was called by my PI at the Yale School of Medicine, I was called the lab animal. And I looked at thousands of different cells. I looked at hearts, I looked at parasites. And then one day, my best friend's mother passed of cancer. And I was struck. I was struck by the fact what kind of treatments these patients were receiving. And I was like, there has to be something better out there. So I joined J&J, and then later on Sienna Biotech. So I was for 15 years in the pharma industry. And there I learned a completely different skill set, from academic science to industry science, learning drug discovery. And then again, when I was in Siena, I was heading a neuro-oncology group, and I again discovered that there was so much fantastic science that actually never become treatments. And I got mad and frustrated, and I was like, why? So I was looking for another job because I was like, this is not when I stay in industry, it's not going to be solved. And I looked and I found this job at the Children's Tumor Foundation, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. So I was hired as a scientist, and the rest is history. I started as a scientist. I was like, I'm going to do this for a few years, and I met you. I met the patients, I met these amazing families, and I'm here and I'm committed. We are going to end this thing.
So Annette, when you look at the world of neurofibromatosis, of NF, the way I look at it from a non-scientist perspective, I see 3 different silos. I see academia doing their thing, industry, which we didn't have a few years ago, but we now see industry trying to find cures, how to make money, how to move things forward, and then we have, of course, the community, the patient community. It seems to me that everyone's operating in their own silos. Help us understand what CTF's role is in this whole ecosystem.
I think what is really cool about CTF is that we have built a hybrid system. Research, you cannot tell people when to discover something. That research cannot be on a clock. So we have invested a lot of your money into research, millions and millions of dollars, to understand why NF is behaving as it is. But then once you discover something, and there is something that can be treat it, that can turn into a treatment, then in fact at CTF we turn into the industry mode. And at industry, one of the things that people have been really good at in industry is everything is on a clock in industry. As soon as your drug gets patented, you better hurry up because the clock starts ticking. So I think in industry what people are doing really well is sequence all the different events. And I think that is what has really helped CTF building that hybrid. On the one hand, science, not on a clock. Once a discovery is made, we get on a clock. And we align all the different parties to make sure that we get these discoveries translated into clinical treatments as quickly as possible.
Amazing. One of the questions I hear the most from NF parents and also from NF doctors, from clinicians, is how can we make it more predictable, right? Someone gets diagnosed with this rare genetic disease and they don't really know what the outcome is going to be in 10 years, so it's really hard to make decisions now that we have treatment options, right? So what can we do to make this more predictable? Have we made any advancements in that space?
Yes, we did. So one of the big challenges, and this is a story that Tracy Galloway, our former board chair, told me. She said, living with NF or schwannomatosis is like walking in a train tunnel. You don't know when the train is going to come, but when the train comes, it can hit you really hard. And I was struck by that. I was like, we need to do something about this. We also lost this year Joe Jaffa, who is one of the amazing junior board members to MPNST. But there is hope. We have now, because of a big investment of the Children's Tumor Foundation in a multi-institutional biomarker study, so a marker in the blood that can actually predict when tumors become malignant, and the discovery has been made. And yeah, it's an amazing study. Now the next step is we need to validate that, because I always say you can plaster my house with discovered biomarkers. We need to turn these discovered biomarkers into clinically actionable biomarkers, like the markers that you have in the blood, cholesterol markers, insulin for sugar. We need to get those markers also now for MPNST, that we can actually act before the tumors turn fully malignant. And we're co-funding that with another funder, CureNF with Jack. So we're really not only discovering things because of this amazing research community, but again, we get on the clock. How can we make this as actionable as possible and predict so we can remove people's fear?
And just to translate for those at my level, so a finding is made in science, in academia or at a company, and then they move on to their next thing. But what CTF does, what Annette and her team do, is go out and find who's going to take the next step to make sure that the science continues moving forward until we end up in treatments. Did I learn?
You did.
Okay. So, so every year, Annette stands up here and makes promises of things that are going to happen. And I asked her, I said, let me think of questions that people are going to think about. People who come year after year. You make promises, but have those promises been kept?
Oh, I brought a little piece of paper.
You brought receipts?
I brought receipts.
Oh no.
I have so many. So in fact, funny enough, when I was thinking about
She didn't know I was asking this question.
No, not at all. This is completely unprepared. So when I was thinking about my speech of this year, I was like, okay, let me watch my speech of last year. And then I was like, huh, interesting, we actually did that. And then I went back all the way to 2019. And what is cool is that we kept our promises. I can tell you that in 2019, we kicked off a 5-year discovery fund. And that was an $8 million fund. I can tell you that we didn't raise 8, but $25.7 million. And that we spent $21.7 million already on research. And the reason why we are today where we are, which is the science is ready, we have a drug approved, we have a drug actually at the FDA as we speak, and our SpringWorks friends are in the room. We have a gel for cutaneous neurofibroma that is in phase 3. We have 68 clinical trials, and we have a new AI drug.
How many clinical trials?
68.
68.
And we have an AI drug that is going to go into the clinic, and I'm sure Simone is here as well. So this is possible because of your investments made in the things like the Discovery Fund, so that actually we can translate really quickly. The other thing is in 2021, for those of you who were there, we announced that the SpringWorks drug was going to get into phase 2B. Today, that drug is at the FDA. Not yet approved. We keep praying, but
soon.
It's hopefully. In 2022, I told you that there were going to be biomarkers, that we really needed to have these biomarkers to predict MPNST, and here we are, 2024, we have the biomarkers discovered. I also said that we were going to have a drug for NF2 in a platform trial, and Scott is here in the room, Scott Plotkin, who is leading the Intuit trial with Jayshree.
Yes.
And I don't know if you saw the news, but that drug works. And that is a drug that was discovered through CTF funding and now in collaboration with Takeda. And I can keep going on and on. Our EU Pearl trial that I was talking about, that platform trial, because of Bridget, our Chief Medical Officer's hard work, that drug is actually at the European Medicine Agency now to get the endorsement from the EMA. So what I feel good about as a scientist is that I just don't talk when I promise something. You never know, but I try to commit to the promises. And that is because we have this amazing team at CTF who is committed like you have no idea.
I'm going to go off script for the last question, so please in the back, please don't kill me. Because you say all these things you promise. What's next for CTF? We all want to know.
So for CTF, there is a number of things next. First of all, if you look at the number of trials that we have, if you look at what I talked to you last year about is about these machines, right? That we have a machine to make sure that we select drugs that can go into the clinic, and that we then have a clinical machine to make sure that we select the drugs in the clinic, the best drugs. And so now we are actually ready to scale that system. But I need to know, are you ready to scale that system? Because drug discovery is expensive. So we are, at this point, literally as I'm sitting here, we're talking to 28 different companies that are willing to work on NF and that are sniffing at the door. The question is, are we going to let them in? So that's the first thing that I will be working and with the team really hard on, is making sure that we create an energy with these companies. What we definitely will need to keep doing is investing in research. We need to keep investing that the drugs the drugs of tomorrow come from different biology that we haven't discovered yet. And I count on my colleagues from the science field to be able to bring that out. What I also really hope, and this is, I'm not going to make a promise, but let's say that is a goal that we have made with our team, is that in the next decade, we want to have at least 5 new drugs approved. I know it is a goal, but I feel we can do it.
So guys, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking Annette Bakker for all of her work. And enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Madison is the most loving, funny, creative child you'll ever meet. Everyone who meets her says, I just love her. But NF never leaves our minds. It's every day you are having fun with her. You can't forget she has NF. We went on vacation when she was almost turning 4. And she has very fair skin, so we started to show what I said at the time were birthmarks, but as we now know them as cafe au lait spots, and we noticed more of them popping up. So we came off of vacation. I did what every parent would do. I started to Google birthmarks, and that's the first time in my entire life I heard of NF. And so we went through the process of going to a pediatrician who took us to a dermatologist, who took us to a geneticist. We got the news from the geneticist that she indeed had NF1. And life drastically changed for us in that moment.
Getting the diagnosis in the room with the doctor, that was very difficult. Obviously, Kim took it extremely hard. So did I. And I remember the doctors talking to us, telling us that, we don't know where it will go, but in most cases, things aren't that severe. And so that was kind of our hope. But from then on, there was a level of anxiety for every check that we went through.
The first thing I wanted to do, my husband wanted to do, is find out everything we can about it. And luckily, our geneticist gave us a package of information, and in there was a link to CTF. And I will tell you, that became the lifeline, because the information, it's factual, it tells you what's going to happen, but it gives you hope at the same time. It told me where I could find great doctors. It told me about the advancements that are happening. It gave me hope. It gave me direction. So ever since, honestly, the first diagnosis we heard of CTF, and it has been a part of our life ever since. This past year, I've always been wondering, how can I contribute to this amazing organization? I came to be really enamored with not just what it was trying to do, Cure NF, the way it was doing it is just something, as a business person, I'm so impressed with. And it became my mission to join the board and contribute to this organization. And I gotta say, it's one of the top 5 moments of my life is to hear that I was accepted onto the board. And then it's like, okay, how do I help?
I admire Kim's commitment and her drive to being an advocate for CTF and NF, to help our daughter and to help others affected by NF.
She's trying to find a cure, and she's helping a lot of kids.
My story is so genuine, it is so impactful. So it becomes very easy for people to say, I care about you, I care about Madison, I know what I can do, I can give, because that's about the best thing you could possibly do as someone that wants to be a part of this, is give. Every little bit counts.
Please welcome to the stage CTF board member and chair of the Leadership Development Committee, Mark Oppenheimer.
Hi everyone. So it was actually funny. I was actually thinking about coming out here and telling some kind of joke about the fact I'm a headhunter, and I've always headhunted Kim Snipes into different jobs until I realized she's actually invited half her company here. So I can't really do that now. And it's actually interesting because she was the one all over me for weeks to come and join the Children's Tumor Foundation board, so I guess it kind of evened out at the end. But seriously, you can really tell the character of a person by who follows them around, who they get to know, and you can really see that tonight. Some of the people who know Kim, I've just seen, she is an amazing person, passionate, really honest, resilient. She's an amazing mother. You know what, I feel like she is going to take us one step closer to finding a cure to NF. I really do. So it's an honor to have brought her onto the board, and it is an absolute privilege to be able to give her this award today. To Kim.
So, wow, this is amazing to be up here, and I'm honored to be with you all tonight, accepting this recognition from CTF. While I know so many incredible people who are dedicating so much of their time and energy to the CTF mission, I will humbly accept this award on behalf of all the NF community of advocates. Madison and my wonderful husband could not be with us tonight. They're watching from home, and Brian and Maddie, I love you. as she's well into her chemo treatment for her latest medical challenge with NF1. And our priority as parents is to keep her healthy and to keep her in school. But I have someone very special to Madison to help me tell her story. And Maddie made me pinky promise, and nobody breaks a pinky promise, that I'd take extremely good care of him. So let me introduce you to Coco. So Coco is Madison's favorite stuffy, and as you probably know, Kid and their stuffies, he's been with us for 5 years. And Kid stuffies experience everything that their child experiences. So, while you would expect that Coco has experienced birthdays, vacations, and heard many bedtime stories, Coco, in his 5 short years with Madison, has also experienced 12 eye exams to monitor for an optic nerve tumor, 15 MRIs, both under anesthesia, and to Maddie's pride, without anesthesia, to monitor for any additional tumors, which unfortunately did show up for her in July of 2023. 2 major brain surgeries, 21 weekly blood draws and counting, 6 monthly chemo treatments and counting, and over 50 doctor's appointments from pediatricians, cardiologists, ophthalmologists, neurologists, neurosurgeons, to oncologists. And all in Coco's 5 years of life and Maddie's short 10 years of life. This stuffy, alongside Madison, has seen and experienced more medically than many of us do in a lifetime, and is handling it with more strength and grace than I know I would. This is the life of our NF fighters. This is the journey that lies ahead for all parents when they get their news that their child has NF. And yet, through the constant presence of doctors and hospitals and procedures, Maddie is a very happy, funny, and sometimes sassy little 10-year-old who loves animals, as evidenced by her furry family of 2 dogs and 2 cats, and the family keeps growing, loves music, having learned to play the piano, is currently learning to play the cello at school. She loves art, taking her cat on a walk, swimming, and playing pickleball and baseball in the backyard. Maddie's challenges and stories is like so many of our NF fighters. And while her challenges continue for now, this disease forces you to either be overwhelmed and fearful of the future, or to live in the moment and appreciate the amazing support of the community around you, such as my remarkable family who's here with me tonight, for Madison's school cheering section and my work cheering section who's also here with me tonight. And realize through all of that, that a better quality of life and ultimately a cure is truly, as you heard from Annette, around the corner due to CTF. This organization has the insight that the way to accelerate treatments is not just funding research in silos, but rather creating an enduring set of platforms, such as the preclinical trials and preclinical hub and trial platforms, as well as creating a robust data repository and collaborative approach, bringing together scientists, researchers, biotech, pharmaceutical companies, providers, and patients. With this approach at CTF, as you heard, we have already and will continue to accelerate new treatments for NF1 and all types of schwannomatosis at a speed never before seen. But this speed and this discovery must be fueled by funding. So now is the time. So my ask of each of you tonight is to think of this as either an amazing business venture you would want to invest in, or a means to support Madison and others like her and help fund this hope-giving and life-changing organization. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Vice Chair of the CTF Board of Directors and the National Gala Co-Chair, Liz Rodbell.
That was definitely my daughter. Good evening, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here tonight, celebrating with all of you all of the accomplishments and the impact that the Children's Tumor Foundation is doing and will continue to do. As a mom of my dear daughter, Sarah, who is now, although you might not know it, is an adult, who lives with NF, I know how challenging it is to navigate the transition from childhood to adulthood and get the right care. That's why I am truly moved by the contributions of this evening's honoree, Sarah Wangel. Sarah has been a driving force behind the success of the Dancing with Our Stars program since 2015, and you should see her on the dance floor. Her tireless efforts have not only raised significant funds, but also have brought much needed attention to NF across Arkansas and beyond. Thanks to Sarah's work and the work of the Arkansas community, in November of 2022, and the CTF and the University of Arkansas for Medical Science announced the opening of the very first multidisciplinary clinic for adults with NF. It's really amazing. The Adult NF Clinic at the Rockefeller Center is a lifeline for individuals like my daughter and so many others as they navigate this disease through adulthood. One of the things that makes Sarah truly special is that her commitment didn't end when she stepped off that dance floor. She then joined the Arkansas Advisory Board of Directors and has continued to pour her heart and soul into this cause year after year. Sarah isn't personally affected by NF, but she has taken up our cause as her own and her platform to raising awareness and funds for families like mine and so many others. Sarah's passion for helping others and her unwavering commitment to this cause has made an immeasurable impact. Please join me in welcoming Celebrate Sarah Wangel, a true champion of CTF and for all the families affected by NF.
Hi. Thank you so much. I'm truly humbled and honored to receive the Humanitarian of the Year award from the Children's Tumor Foundation. This award is a testament to the incredible strength and resilience of the children and families who motivate us every day. I'm constantly moved by their courage, and it is their journey that drives our mission forward. I am very proud that in Arkansas, we raised over $4.5 million through our annual fundraising events. And as Liz mentioned, we were the first to have an adult NF clinic, the first in the country, And I've been able to hear firsthand from all of the families at home how much their lives have been so changed by having this adult clinic there. It's truly amazing. While our work is far from finished, together we are making strides to bring awareness, resources, and hope to those affected. I dream of the day when we can talk about NF in the past tense. No more first-time patient diagnosis, no more patient treatments, and no more tears. Together, we can make this dream a reality. Thank you to everyone at the foundation and my friends and family, and all of you here tonight for your unwavering support. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage CTF 2024 National Ambassador Kevin Martin.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight and to have had the privilege of serving as a 2024 National Ambassador of the Children's Tumor Foundation. It's been an experience that has truly changed me. Since I was diagnosed at the age of 2, having NF is all I've ever known. But the journey hasn't been easy. I've faced some pretty tough moments, but throughout my life, CTF has been a constant support where I've made lifelong friends who share the struggle. This year, representing CTF at the NF Summit and serving on the junior board has been incredibly meaningful to me. I've been able to connect with so many amazing people who share this path, who understand the ups and downs of NF in a way few others can. CTF has given me the chance to raise awareness, but more importantly, it's given me the platform to show others with NF that they're not alone. Thank you for this incredible opportunity. Now, I have the privilege of introducing Leanna Scaglione as our next National Ambassador. I can say with enthusiasm and confidence that she embodies the same hope, energy, and resilience that CTF is all about. Please watch this video along with me, which captures the warmth, strength, and fierce determination that Leanna will embody as our 2025 National Ambassador.
As an early child and a young infant, I had some issues, but we never pieced together that they had anything to do with NF. When I was 13, I was training to be a ballerina at that time, and suddenly one day during class, I went to go lift my right leg, and I couldn't. And I didn't say anything because I felt extremely guilty because my mom uprooted the family so that I could go to a ballet school. But as time went on, that pain just got worse. So I got an MRI of my hip, and turns out it was a grapefruit-sized tumor in my lower spine.
Her first surgery was 27 ounce, and then they had another one.
I was going to be a professional ballerina. That was going to be my life. And unfortunately, after that surgery, I was told I probably wasn't going to be able to do that. After the second surgery, I slowly relearned how to walk, had a follow-up MRI, and there was another tumor. And that's when my mom, my doctor, and I all kind of looked at each other and were like, this can't be a coincidence.
It wasn't until the spring of 2010 that we got the official diagnosis of neurofibromatosis. And I immediately found Children's Tumor Foundation, and I called them. And they were the ones who directed us to all the different doctors. They were extremely helpful.
Leanna is charismatic, and she's open-minded and very understanding, and she's a genuine person to have in your life.
She perseveres, and she just keeps moving forward.
I started running during the pandemic. I actually intended to go for a walk that day, but as luck would have it, I decided to try running. Next thing I knew, I signed up for the 2022 New York City Half Marathon, and it was around mile 4, and I looked around and saw another runner wearing a blue shirt with a white square in giant white letters that said "End NF." And I started crying in the middle of the race. It didn't click immediately that it was for CTF and NF endurance, and it wasn't until I finished that I was like, Mom, I saw this runner, she was wearing an End NF shirt, like clearly like they know what NF is. And she's like, they probably were with CTF. And so for me, I decided that from that day forward, that was the team that I needed to run any race that I possibly could with. Since partnering with CTF and running with NF Endurance, I have been lucky enough to be able to share my story on local news channels and have articles written about my experience, and it's truly been wonderful, and I really appreciate being able to get my voice out there and to raise funds for CTF and advocate for NF. I'm just really excited and thankful.
Please welcome the CTF 2025 National Ambassador, Leanna Scaglione.
A little short, hold on. Good evening, and thank you so much. This is truly an incredible honor. My involvement with CTF only happened within the past couple years, so to receive this title really means so much to me. To be honest, I wasn't the greatest at accepting my diagnosis of NF2-related schwannomatosis. It took me many years to get to where I am today. But from the day I discovered that first tumor, no matter how I felt about my NF or the damage a tumor would cause, there is only one thing that remained constant: my refusal to let this diagnosis define my life. But where does my resilience come from? Where do I find the drive to keep going despite my situation? I used to say it was because I was stubborn, which I am. But recent events in my life reminded me exactly where it came from. My mom. Growing up, she'd always tell my brother and I that we can follow our dreams, even if it changed 15 times. She was going to support us no matter what. And it's true, she wasn't lying to us. And when the first tumor was discovered and took away my dreams of becoming a professional ballerina, she was right there encouraging me that I needed to get out of that wheelchair. She was making sure I moved a little bit each day. She wanted to see me reclaim my life, even though I thought it was gone at that point. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have even started walking again as quickly as I did. And I probably wouldn't even have chosen to walk the mile in my high school state yearly fitness exam. But throughout the years, my resilience wavered, and my mom was always right there though, always pulling me back up. In fact, when I first started running, she was one of the first people I called to tell her because I was just that excited. And in that call, she encouraged me to sign up for a race. And she has since been there for any major race possible. And when she can't, she's texting me the entire way. I wear a headphone on my left ear, I'm deaf in my right, and Siri is kind enough to read out those text messages to me. She will always text me quotes from our favorite movie. You have the classic Forrest Gump, "Run, Forrest, run." Or from Jurassic Park, "Must go faster." But there is always one quote that she manages to send during every race exactly when I need it. A famous quote by a famous fish. just keep swimming. And because of her, that's what I do. And that's what I hope all of us can do. When I started sharing my story online, my main goal was to show people that life doesn't need to stop because of a diagnosis. We just power through, and I'm so thankful to take on this role as CTF's 2025 National Ambassador. Thank you to everyone, and thank you so much for teaching me to just keep swimming.
Please welcome back Mark Oppenheimer.
So I think I lost my notes. Has anyone seen them? Are they maybe down there? Oh, there they are. They asked me if I wanted a teleprompter. I said, no, thank you. I know what I'm doing. So first thing I would say to you guys was, I don't know if any of you have been involved in this No NF November thing, but today we actually passed 3 million impressions on LinkedIn. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if I'm being really honest, it's really because of the junior board. Where are the junior board? Yeah. Maybe you guys should stand up for a second, you know? Let everyone see you. They are an amazing group. So lovely and kind, apart from Sarah, she's a little crazy. But so for me, it's been an honor being able to work alongside the junior board over this period of time. They are, I'm down there too. I hate being able to see myself. Sorry guys. So they are absolute rock stars. And you know, it's funny how we say NF heroes and NF fighters. They truly are like, it's not just a slogan to them, it's not a catchphrase, it's kind of like a way of life. It's, they are unbelievable. You know, one of the clinicians said to me the other day, he's like, children with NF are born with 2 genes. One of them is the NF gene and the other one is the nice gene. And I was like, that is so true. With all of the stuff that people go through who are affected by NF, they just turn out to be like such decent people to everybody. Like I'll give you a great example actually too. The first one is like, it's really sad. There was somebody who was, actually it's Joe Jaffa, who, as you guys know, as you may know, he was one of the people on the junior board who passed away a couple of months ago, which is obviously really sad. And he was had a huge impact on the junior board. But someone else on the junior board said, I don't understand why he had to die when I've had what he has had multiple times. In a way that they almost felt like guilty, that it was him who died, not them. Another great example, and this is something I have to say, this touched my heart more than almost anything I've ever heard. I asked one of the junior board members why they joined the junior board of CTF, and they said to me, because I want to show my parents that God does exist. You know, I don't know who here is of the age where they see the young entitled people nowadays, but I like, they are like this group, they're like a benchmark. Not just, you know, we actually need more people like them in the world in general, and So the first thing that I just wanted to say was we have a little foundation, my company, the Modern Giving Foundation, of which some of my colleagues are here, and we're going to do a little something anyway ahead of everything else for the junior board, and we are going to gift them $20,000 to do whatever they need to do to make their board as effective as possible. Final thing I'll say before I disappear is you'll never regret the money you give away. Now, I actually tested that a couple of years ago because we gave a lot of money away, and I was like, let's see how I feel next year about it. And I kind of regretted it actually at the beginning, but then I felt better. So I was like, I don't know if I should say that. It's a bit hypocritical to go up there and say I regretted it, but I didn't regret it in 2 years. So in 2 years, you won't regret the money you give away. Right? Unless things go really bad in business, and then you regret it, right? The last thing I would just say is if everybody could find it in their heart to, like, you know, even give like 20% more than you were going to give. Annette, Gabe, the whole team, they're so good at what they do. Like, it will speed up finding a cure 20%. It'll mean we can have more people like this junior board in the world forever. So thank you, guys.
Hi everybody, my name is Brianna Warden.
My name is Corey Allman.
Hi, my name is Mason Olvis.
My name is Sarah. I have neurofibromatosis type 1, and I'm also on the junior board.
Serving on the junior board for the last few years has further increased my dedication and motivation to ending NF. My sister Jessica was diagnosed with NF1 at a young age, and I've seen firsthand the challenges that NF families have with navigating through this disease.
Having NF can be isolating and overwhelming, but I feel grateful to work alongside so many amazing community leaders on the junior board.
It makes me feel so loved and amazing to be a part of this amazing foundation and group of individuals.
What I love most about being a part of the junior board is that I've been able to connect with people who have also shared experience with neurofibromatosis.
It's also created a great support system of people with a similar age range who are either siblings of or have NF themselves.
It has been an honor to serve alongside the other members of the junior board these last 4 years, helping raise just under $500,000 for CTF.
My experience serving as a co-chair on the Children's Tumor Foundation Junior has been unique, as we are young adult professionals working hard to follow the CTF's mission to raise funds and awareness for NF.
I've really enjoyed my time on the junior board the past few years and meeting other young professionals that are connected to the mission to end NF.
The thing I've enjoyed the most is meeting others around my age with NF and hearing their experiences, as well as being on the fundraising committee and helping create ideas of ways we can collectively fundraise, find a cure.
So it's been really fun to experiment with different ideas with people from across the country and see what we can do and where we can take fundraising in the future.
We have all these diverse ways that we have been able to come together and make an impact as best as we possibly can.
With the junior board and CTF, I'll continue to fight every day for those with NF.
The junior board fills me with so much hope and inspiration because we all have the same mission, to find a cure for neurofibromatosis.
Together, we can find a cure and end NF.
One more time, round of applause for all of our friends and families and heroes here. I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to Leanna for those heartfelt words, and a big thank you to our junior board for bringing new energy and a meaning to our mission of ending NF. Guys, you know it's getting serious when they start handing me cards. So we have people watching in Germany, Houston, Texas, New England. We have the families, the Hoffmans in Pittsburgh. We have the Hoffmans in Florida. We have Tracy in New Mexico. Giving shout outs to all of our friends here. Hello to McKinnon Galloway. Yeah. Our NF hero, Isabel. We have followers and viewers in Caryville, Texas. The Moolsdale family. Shout out to Amy Glebe, Paul Thuriot, Cindy Larson. Thank you all so very much for your donations. Every cent counts. And now it's time for all of you guys to eat dinner and take care of your donations as well. For those of you at home, you can text ENDNF to 24365. You can go to ctf.org/gala, or the old-fashioned way, 1-800-323-7938. For my friends here, you can also use the QR code on the back of your program to donate. We will see you back here in 30 minutes for more impactful presentations, including a performance from my new friends, Bobby and Kristen Lopez. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your dinner.
New this morning, a local teen still battling a tumor that he's had for most of his life.
This month is NF Awareness Month. NF is a genetic condition that causes tumors to grow on the nerves.
Emily Barron is a freshman at Northview High School in Sylvania. The teen has been through a lot in her short life, but she and her family are focused on being part of helping unlock the answers about a disorder that has no cure yet.
There's a boy, he sits alone. Every day, every lunch, every class he's ever known. He sits against the wall, nobody sees. He lives a life you couldn't believe. There's a girl, she can't help but give in.
Awareness helps organizations like the Children's Tumor Foundation raise funds for critical research to develop effective treatments and one day a cure.
Hereby proclaim May 2024 is Neurofibromatosis NF Awareness Month, and Friday, May 17th, 2024 is Neurofibromatosis NF Awareness Day.
So many people alone and feeling lonely. So many people are hurting far past than what we can see, but they're trying their best.
Hi, my name is Maggie, and I have NF1. It is important to make neurofibromatosis, also known as NF, research visible.
I have NF1, so what does it mean if there's a breakthrough in NF research? Well, just like winning a lottery. Also, no more surgery and no more pain.
We need to be able to teach other people who don't know about the condition that we all have. I want you to see me and see NF. Thank you.
It's been a rough road. Gone through a lot of medical procedures. Struggled a lot with those when I was younger. Just go every 3 months to go get blood drawn, MRIs, and cardiograms, all the works. So coming here today and now graduating soon, it's a big deal.
When you have to deal with something really bad, you can't always let it get you down.
We got bulbs and we went knocking at the neighbors' doors and I told them about the NF1.
really does take a whole village to take care of any one NF patient.
From neuro-oncology to neurology to psychology, and then all the rehab specialists to help with activities of daily living like occupational therapy or physical therapy, audiology, speech-language pathology. And then you've got your education team for, kids coming through the school district and their educational career.
I started my career path as a basic scientist studying Schwann cell biology, but as I met the families affected by NF, I realized that it's more meaningful research when you have the potential of impacting families that are living with the condition.
With the neurofibromatosis, there is very real, immediate opportunity to help people living with those conditions. From the scientific side, there may not have ever been a more exciting time to be in the field.
What's most exciting for me in this field is the direct interface I have every day with basic and translational science researchers who teach me how to take care of my patients. And likewise, I get to take what I've learned from my patients and bring it back to the laboratory and say, these are the important questions we have to answer.
In addition to caring for an amazing group of patients and families, the research opportunities have been tremendous. We now have the tools to not only learn about these conditions, but also make a huge impact in advancing medical care.
I feel like I've learned probably more from my patients with NF1, NF2 related schwannomatosis and schwannomatosis than I've maybe contributed to them. And I hope that in the future I can learn more to provide even more resources and support.
Working with people with NF has been an incredible privilege, and I think very rewarding.
The physicians, the researchers, the patients, the foundations, everybody is in it together. Everybody is truly invested just in one goal, which is moving the field forward for the patients.
Our clinicians are not just medics, but they also care holistically about the person that they have in front of them. And that, I think, makes this community also very special, because now you're working with people that care about people.
So sometimes whenever I talk to someone, I have a tumor underneath my tongue and they ask me what it is. So sometimes I'm just like, I don't know how to answer that. Sometimes I like to keep it a secret that I have NF. I want them to know that I have more tumors around my body.
I instantly say, I have neurofibromatosis. It's a genetic disorder that causes tumors to grow on my body. Would you like to learn more about it?
Because some people, you can definitely see that they have tumors and stuff related to NF, and some people you can't see at all.
Just because it affects my visible appearance doesn't mean it affects me on the inside at all.
It probably gave me scoliosis because I have scoliosis.
Even though I had 5 brain surgeries, I can still fight back, and I'm a strong rock climber.
My physical pain and emotional pain, and what I go through every day.
People are really good at hiding their feelings, but it's not like something that you want to share with other people because you don't think they'll understand or they just won't care. It's hard.
Really hard when you're young. But you really have to deal with that. You have to deal with constantly being stared at, reminded that you do look differently.
I want people to know that I'm a little different. I want everyone to see that everyone's different in their own way, and no matter what, you should all treat everyone the same.
I'm not freaky, I'm not weird, I'm not some alien. I'm like my other peers, I'm like everyone else. My name is Jane, and I want you to see me.
And I want you to see me.
See me.
See me. See me and CNF. And CNF. I want you to see me and CNF.
NF, to me, at least in 3 words, is empowering, hard, and
everlasting.
NF to me is scary.
Scary.
Frightening.
Incurable.
Tiring.
Exhausting genetic condition.
NF is a tumor growing condition.
Nerve tumor predisposition.
Unknown.
It's an unknown and unpredictable disease.
Unexpected?
Unexpected because you just don't really know what's going to happen.
It's a very complex disorder.
Genetic disease.
NF is a rare disease and not so rare.
I would describe it as rare.
It's not well, recognized.
Life-altering. Painful. Awful.
Cruel.
Every day's a battle.
You feel hopeless with that. Stressful.
Frustrating.
Visible.
Annoying.
Horrible.
Horrific.
Heartbreaking.
Depressing. And sometimes happy.
It can be good at the same time as bad.
It's hard because it's so much a part of my identity in both good and bad ways that it's hard to really squeeze that down into 3 words.
It can be challenging, I guess.
Courageous.
Impactful.
Empowering.
A journey.
Perseverance.
Resiliency.
It is an obstacle, but it's also conquerable.
Family. Community. All the people you get to meet with. Connection. Engaging.
Love.
The Children's Tumor Foundation has built that community, and other families with NF, I feel like they are part of, a larger friendship and family.
Everyone loves each other. We're such a big family.
Interesting.
Unique.
No two people with NF are going to be, even in the same family, will have the same experiences.
It makes every person unique, and their story is unique and deserving to be told.
There are a lot of people who have amazing stories in this community that I love hearing.
Optimism.
Hopeful because of all the great work that CTF is doing.
Future facing.
Complex and fascinating.
Compelling to rock.
Collaboration, because we cannot solve NF without collaborating.
We need to give our patients hope.
No cure yet. And that's the most important word, that third word, yet.
I don't think we could be on the journey in the way that we are without the Children's Tumor Foundation. It's provided us with both support and a community as we've tried to navigate the various challenges along the way.
I received a Young Investigators Award from the Children's Tumor Foundation that kind of jump-started a lot of our research and our interest to actually looking at preventative treatment options. So we're very grateful for the impact because it has shaped the things we do with the lab.
As a young physician, I got a Young Investigator Award. That kick-started my research in NF. It also got me coming to the annual CTF NF Research Conference, so I met other people and started collaboration. And so without any of that, I wouldn't even be in the field.
On the Drug Discovery Young Investigator Award, my lab people have gotten Senators for NF2 Consortium for NF2 was a big push for us to identify a new drug that has led to clinical trial as well.
CTF has actually funded some of my research, and so I cannot be more thankful that they provided the faith in me to get this done.
It's so important for rare diseases to have an active, successful foundation that can speak to Capitol Hill, to speak to donors, and bring more attention to this very important condition.
They've put me in touch with researchers. They have these wonderful conferences where they bring them all together, so we have an opportunity to talk and brainstorm about what's the state of the art and the future of the research and the drug treatments.
They have made a big difference, and I think the most important difference is that they created in the early days the community of people who would work NF.
These meetings are absolutely phenomenal in driving new research ideas and research collaborations.
Thanks to CTF, I am here meeting other scientists.
A forum for our patients to learn about NF, to be involved in NF, and to get to the right doctors.
I had a daughter with NF too. There wasn't a lot of information back then, and so I wanted to find out the best I could, meet the best doctors.
They're focused on research. They're focused on how do we support patients, not just day to day, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whether that's pharma treatment or improvements in diagnosis. And I really appreciated CTF's approach for care for the NF community.
NF registry is very, very important to me. I can remember the first time that I started getting involved in the Children's Tumor Foundation, and I can't remember who told me, but the first thing they said is to please register.
So one of the reasons to join the NF registry is you get to hear about all these cool opportunities that are for drug trials or research opportunities.
Your information goes into the registry bank. And not only are they making a difference for you, but they are also making a difference for every single person that has NF.
I think everyone should join the NF registry because, first of all, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take any time. You just get emails that tell you about really cool research opportunities that oftentimes give you benefits, whether that be money or trips to different cities, and you get to be a part of their research and give them data that can help them develop new drugs, that can help you, that can help other patients with NF, even if you don't really feel like it would help you personally, knowing that it will help someone else with NF, and knowing that they could be a part of a trial that could help you. We're all a family, so whatever you do can help someone else just like yourself.
So every single person that's sitting out there that has NF, that is not sure what to do, register, and let's make a difference for NF.
My name is Leanna, and I want you to see me and see NF.
My name is Blake, and I want you to see me and see NF.
My name is Deshaun. I want you to see me and see NF.
People who have NF are so varied in different types.
I basically tell them it's genetic disorder, can cause tumors to grow anywhere on or in the body, and it's like something that you're born with.
I look healthy on the outside, but on the inside I have over 100 tumors in my body.
But what people don't see with my diagnosis is that I'm losing my hearing. They just see this person, oh, you're really in pain every day?
I have NF1. I'm the only person in my family that has NF.
They make assumptions that they're not just like every other teenager.
Because some people are different than other people. Might see you as someone who's different, but actually understands you and knows a part of understanding what you're going through.
All of my tumors are internal. I don't have any skin tumors.
One of the things people can't see about NF is the constant worry we have, knowing that a tumor could be growing anywhere in their body at any time.
I'm not too sure. I might develop tumors, I might not.
I think about the future and I get scared, but then I meet people within CTF and the NF community, and it's inspiring.
Just because I have NF too, and I've had 27 surgeries, despite these challenges, I'm still pursuing my dreams.
Someone could show a scientist, and then they could figure out a cure and keep on experimenting.
Although I have NF and I went through my own struggles, the second I found out my son had it, my entire world changed. And it was my mission from then forward to find a cure or an effective treatment.
The more attention there is to it, the more research, the greater chance they're going to find a cure.
We want everyone to support her and support everyone dealing with NF in the way we've felt so supported by the CTF community and the NF community.
My name is Jesse. I want you to see me and see NF.
My name is CJ. I want you to see me and see NF.
I came to the NF Summit because I wanted to better understand, how to advocate for myself and others who live with NF.
I'm here to learn more about advocating for myself in the medical world.
Just to learn if there's anything new, exciting things coming.
To meet friends, learn what's new in the world of NF and NF research.
This is a great networking thing to get together so we can learn from each other.
It's interesting how we can have a conversation and we have a lot of similarities, but at the same time, it's different.
I've been able to connect so deeply with so many people and just sit down and relate and ask them questions. Do you experience this? Do you experience that? And for someone that nobody in my life has been able to experience that or understand it, not even my parents, being able to relate with someone, it has just been mind-blowing.
It's a comforting, community-driven place to find both yourself and how NF, can really impact your life. And, it makes it less scary.
I'm not feeling so alone in this world anymore. I feel like I have other people I can lean on who are like me, and I don't feel as alone as I used to.
Coming together with this group of people, the CTF has put this summit together, and seeing the friendly faces that we haven't been able to see in 3 years is so electrifying, and it really gets us fired up again to get out there and fight.
I'm Annette Bakker. I'm the president of the Children's Tumor Foundation for the past decade, and I'm really proud to lead this amazing team, advancing treatments for patients with neurofibromatosis and schwannomatosis.
My name is Ken Rudd. I have NF1, and I'm on the board of directors of the Children's Tumor Foundation. I was here and around the foundation since shortly after it was founded in 1978. My neurologist was Alan Rubenstein.
I'm Alan Rubenstein. I am a clinical professor of neurology and pediatrics at NYU Medical Center. I was the founder of CTF 45 years ago. I originally thought NF would be an opportune disorder for what was a relatively new area, molecular genetics. I then discovered how much of a need there was for somebody to really provide some sort of coordinated care. I was approached by a young nurse, Lynn Cordemange, one of the first people I saw with NF, and she asked me why wasn't there a foundation for people with this disorder, and I said, why don't you start one? So she did, and we had an opportunity to work closely together and with Joel Hirschtritt and develop a whole new organization devoted to people with NF.
Both my parents got involved very early on and were sort of very committed to the organization. It's been a part of my life forever.
A lot of the early research funding was focused on finding the genes.
I remember when I was in college in 1990 and the gene was first cloned and identified, and it was big news.
Finding the gene for NF became a front page story for the New York Times.
And then after that discovery, of course, once you have the cause, once you have the gene, now starts the real biology.
In the past 10 years, I think the progress that CTF has made has been quite remarkable. We've been instrumental in getting the first drug approved by the FDA and worked very hard together to drive the research, improve clinical understanding of the disease and treatment options for patients. Encouraging and helping researchers and investigators share their data, both good and bad, can only benefit those of us with NF.
What we're really trying to do next is to accelerate clinical trials, bringing drugs that are clinical trial ready, and then really educating and empowering our community, both healthcare professionals and patients. The time is now. We are ready to expand and to accelerate.
The time is now because there is so much interest on the part of the pharmaceutical industry and biotech companies.
There has been remarkable progress in understanding the forms of NF up until now. But the time is now for us to continue the research.
That first 45 years, the donor community that is invested there has brought us to that point where we are now, where we can say, okay, here we are. We have all that information that we can translate into treatments for patients. The time is now, and the future for patients with NF looks so much brighter.
NF, to me, at least in 3 words, is empowering, hard, and everlasting.
NF to me is scary.
Scary.
Frightening.
Incurable.
Tiring.
Exhausting genetic condition.
NF is a tumor growing condition.
Nerve tumor predisposition.
Unknown.
It's unknown, an unpredictable disease.
Unexpected?
Unexpected because you just don't really know what's going to happen.
It's a very complex disorder.
Genetic disease. NF is a rare disease and not so rare.
I would describe it as rare.
It's not well, recognized.
Life-altering.
Painful. Awful.
Cruel.
Every day's a battle.
You feel hopeless with them.
Stressful.
Frustrating.
Visible.
Annoying. Horrible. Horrific.
Heartbreaking.
Depressing. And sometimes happy.
It can be good at the same time as bad.
It's hard because it's so much a part of my identity in both good and bad ways that it's hard to really squeeze that down into 3 words.
It can be challenging, I guess.
Courageous.
Impactful.
Empowering.
A journey.
Perseverance. Resiliency.
It is an obstacle, but it's also conquerable.
Family.
Community.
All the people you get to meet with. Connection.
Engaging.
Love.
The Children's Tumor Foundation has built that community, and other families with NF, I feel like they are part of, a larger friendship and family.
Everyone loves each other. We're such a big family.
Interesting.
Unique.
No 2 people with NF are going to be, even in the same family, will have the same experiences. It makes every person unique, and their story is unique and deserving to be told.
There are a lot of people who have amazing stories in this community that I love hearing.
Optimism.
Hopeful because of all the great work that CTF is doing.
Future fixing.
Complex. Fascinating.
Compelling to rock.
Collaboration, because we cannot solve NF without collaborating.
We need to give our patients hope.
No cure yet. And that's the most important word, that 3rd word, yet.
NF registry is very, very important to me. I can remember the first time that I started getting involved in the Children's Tumor Foundation, and I can't remember who told me, but the first thing they said is to please register.
So one of the reasons to join the NF registry is you get to hear about all these cool opportunities that are for drug trials or research opportunities.
Your information goes into the registry bank. And not only are they making a difference for you, but they are also making a difference for every single person that has NF.
I think everyone should join the NF registry because, first of all, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take any time. You just get emails that tell you about really cool research opportunities that oftentimes give you benefits, whether that be money or trips to different cities, and you get to be a part of their research and give them data that can help them develop new drugs, that can help you, that can help other patients with NF, even if you don't really feel like it would help you personally, knowing that it will help someone else with NF, and knowing that they could be a part of a trial that could help you. We're all a family, so whatever you do can help someone else just like yourself.
So every single person that's sitting out there that has NF, that is not sure what to do, register, and let's make a difference for NF.
competition stretching from California to Hawaii. Team Ohana making a 2,800-mile journey across the Pacific for a good cause.
We're just 4 people that just came together and are just trying to do something really powerful for other people.
The 4 rowers setting off from Monterey, California to their destination in Hawaii, taking on the world's toughest row inaugural Pacific Challenge to raise money for charity.
Michelle Holbrook joins us now. She has been diagnosed with a type of NF called schwannomatosis.
I have a good friend in Fernandina who is rowing from Monterey, California to Hawaii to raise awareness for NF.
That's amazing.
Well, when he returns, I will be rowing from South Florida to North Florida to continue to raise that awareness to educate people about this rare genetic disorder.
I'm back with my man Paul Lurie, a legend here up here in Amelia Island.
It's the world's toughest row, Rance, Pacific 2023, from Monterey, California, and we will arrive in Hanalea Bay, Hawaii.
How long do you think that's going to take?
We're thinking 42, 48 days.
That is some commitment on this thing.
On this. 140 square feet of luxury living. We are rowing for the Children's Tumor Foundation for medical research to help to try to find a cure for NF. And the beautiful part about the Children's Tumor Foundation is we have our very own Michelle Holbrook, who is a resident here on Amelia Island, who is the 2023 ambassador for the Children's Tumor Foundation. So that's what makes it,
brings it all the way.
It just brings it in.
It was time for celebration.
Please welcome back your host for the evening, Jonathan Sadowski.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope your dinner was fantastic. Before we go on, how about we give a round of applause for all the people working tonight, both in front and behind the stage. Everyone making this event go smoothly, from our staff and our servers. Thank you guys so very much. And what a story. Michelle Holbrook, by the way, is watching live. Michelle, I miss you. I wish you were here. I hope I get to see you soon. Michelle has sparked hope and determination in the NF community and beyond for years. And somehow she was always outdoing herself. I want to thank Michelle, and special thanks to Paul Lohr and the courageous members of Team Ohana, who indeed are tougher than the tide. Okay, the excitement is here. The room is building, because we all know we're getting closer to our big auction. But that doesn't mean you have to want to donate, want to donate. Fired. Fired. I'm out. I just lost this gig next year. That doesn't mean you have to wait to donate. Give early and give often, as they say. And don't forget, our goal tonight is $2 million for our mission to end NF. And we need everyone here to help hit that goal. You can donate myriad ways. You can text END-NF to 24365. You can go to ctf.org/gala, or you can pick up your phone and call 1-800-323-7938. And remember, there is a QR code on every program, and we've got volunteers in the room to help you out if you should have any questions whatsoever. Another message to our live stream friends tonight: thank you so very much for all your comments and your emojis and your engagement. We heart you back. We love you guys. Thank you. And I'd like to say, already tonight, just in online donations, we've reached over $35,000 from online donations. So now please join me in welcoming Richard Horvitz and his wife, Erica Hartman Horvitz, to the stage. Richard and Erica have been dedicated supporters of the CTF for many years now. Richard now serves as the chair emeritus of the CTF board, and Erica is one of the co-chairs of this incredible national gala. Tonight, the Horvitzes will be presenting the Cloud Carrier Award, created by CTF friend, artist, and poet Giacomo Del Giudice, who has a gifted and unique and stunning sculpture called the Cloud Carrier. The award represents a figure collection of clouds of dreams in the cup of the universe. The carrier is pouring the dreams in the form of a cloud because, as Giacomo says, clouds speak the same language worldwide. They prompt emotions and fantasies, and they are transformed step by step, sometimes to stunning results.
Please welcome Richard and Erica Hartman Horvitz.
Hi, Erica.
First of all, I'd like to thank Giacomo and Laura Del Giudesca. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. I know you're watching from Siena, and so hopefully I got it right. Thank you so much for what you did. Not only did they design the art, fabricate the art, they donated the art for these Cloud Carrier Awards, and they're absolutely beautiful. So tonight I'm honored to recognize our 2024 Cloud Carrier Award winners, Allison and Kip Clark. Allison and Kip have been one of the CTF's lead warriors in our fight to end NF since 2009. They were founders of a program appropriately named Flashes of Hope to photograph young cancer patients to raise funds and awareness for childhood cancer and NF. Jennifer and Dan Gilbert were major supporters of this event, which was held in Cleveland, where the Cavaliers basketball team play. The way it worked was they would recruit big shots, local business people, celebrities, and professional athletes who were stylishly dressed, who would walk down a fashion runway holding the hands of a little star, a brave young cancer patient. Eric and I were lucky enough to be one of the big shots, and we can attest to what a fabulous event they had put together. So fabulous that these annual events raised over $4 million for CTF. I said many years ago that when you find out someone you love has NF, you become part of a club you never wanted to join with other people who never wanted to join either, but who are also impacted by NF. These people become members of your family, a connection, a bond that remains forever. And so Allison and Kip are two of those very treasured family members of all of ours. When their NF hero son, Quinn, passed away in 2021 from an MPNST, which is a malignant peripheral nerve sheath tumor, Allison and Kip, in proof of my theory, they never gave up, they never walked away, they committed to continue our fight to end NF. They are major supporters of this gala and have offered to help us as we move forward to ensure that no one else has to go through what their family went through. Ladies and gentlemen, Allison and Kip Clark.
Thank you so much. We are truly humbled and honored to be given this award. We are not big on awards, but we really do appreciate it as much as we appreciate all the work of everyone at the foundation. There have been so many times that the foundation have been great charity partners with us, but also has supported our families. We lovingly called my husband the Google oncologist, and Annette was very patient over the years in answering many questions that he had as our son struggled with his many medical challenges in his 22 years. We are also wanted to really thank all of you, because we know many of you in this room either love someone or have lost someone to NF, and we thank you for being here. And we equally want to express our gratitude for those of you who have no personal connection for being here too, because it's going to take all of us to cure this disease.
Annette characterized the experience as being in sort of a train tunnel, which
which I thought was very good. We tend to view it as sort of, as many people in this room do, as a very wily foe that could attack in many different ways at many different levels, and that's one of the most insidious things about it. We have to applaud CTF. We've had such a great partnership over the years because the platform that they've built is not only broad enough to handle the vagaries of what NF can bring, but also deep enough to get down into the level of drug discovery, into treatments and the future. We are very confident with the momentum that we have right now, with the people in this room, with the help from people around the world, technology and more resources, that we will end NF. And we want to thank all of you for being here and for doing that together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, everybody. Now I'm about to turn over the stage to someone many of you know, someone who gets the energy up to a whole new level. It's time for tonight's auction to help us raise $2 million to fund the life-changing research our scientists are conducting. So everyone here in the room, please get your paddles ready. And for those of us joining virtually, get ready to go to ctf.org/gala. Please help me in welcoming our amazing auctioneer and my friend, Chris Aslanian.
Is this thing on?
Guys,
listen.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
I think, Jonathan, my compliments them weren't enough. It's never enough for these Hollywood guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Gabe Grossman, give it up for him.
So I don't read from teleprompters and I don't take notes because this organization is too personal to me and too personal for so many of us. So before we invite Chris out, I just wanted to share a few words for you guys. As if it weren't enough to hear from our NF heroes and the NF parents and the scientists and the researchers who are working day in, day out, and they can't do anything if they don't have the money to make it happen. But I want to tell you, I've been involved in this foundation for almost 10 years. And there's a reason why our campaign that we're launching actually in a few months is called The Time Is Now. Because everything is ready to go. Every dollar that we raise has a place. And that place is to find treatments and cures for neurofibromatosis, for NF. And people are responding. This year we've had some of the largest corporations in the country stepping up for our organization. And I just want to shout out just a few of them. The first is American Airlines. I want you to put aside the feeling of your flight that got delayed. It happens. But American Airlines has invited our foundation into their home in Texas. They've given hundreds and hundreds of employees full days off to work on crunching the data for Children's Tumor Foundation to make us more efficient and effective. If you were at Times Square today between 5 and 5:30, you saw the beautiful work of Outfront Media, one of the largest outdoor media companies in the country, who not only designed this incredible campaign for the Children's Tumor Foundation pro bono, but are launching it nationwide to raise awareness for our organization, to try to give us some wind behind our backs. And I know I'm going to upset some people with my next thing, but I don't really care because I'm from Miami, and I want to give a shout out to the Miami Dolphins and their foundation who have partnered. Thank you. That's the Miami crowd. They're loud and ruckus, but they're my family, so be nice. But the Miami Dolphins have partnered with the Children's Tumor Foundation to fund NF research at Sylvester Cancer Center at University of Miami for about $1.5 million this year. Modern Executive, which is Mark's company, is stepping up day in and day out with awareness campaigns that he mentioned. Over 3 million people have learned about NF just this month because of his efforts. And then some of the largest law firms in the world, we used to fight to try to get legal counsel. By the way, today we asked Ed Stern rolled off the board. He was our pro bono attorney for almost 40 years. Ed, thank you so much for your time and efforts year after year. And today we have a firm like Goodwin Procter who's donating their time to the Children's Tumor Foundation. And we are a complicated client. We're kind of a pain. So guys, as we invite Chris out, I want you to think of all of the NF heroes, all of our sons and daughters that have neurofibromatosis and are counting on us and on the money that you give. Yes, I'm sorry to put some Jewish pressure, some Jewish guilt. There's always a competition between Jewish and Catholic guilt. Which is worse? Let's use them both. We do need you. This is a very different kind of foundation. We need you. We're going to be investing in private companies this year to help us get across the finish line. We're launching platform trials to get drugs across the finish line and into your doctor's offices to your children. So please, please, please give with your hearts. Don't give with your minds. Whatever you think you have in your pockets, you have a little bit more. So with that, I'd like to invite the professional to give us a hand. Chris, thanks so much.
All right, one more round of applause right there. Wow. I'm going to take him on the road with me. He is passionate. So a couple of things before we get started. I don't know if we can get the house lights a little brighter. That'd be great, but if we can't, that's okay. But you guys were given a brochure when you came in tonight, and on the back of that brochure is your lucky bid number. And we would like to get a photo of everyone holding their bid paddles up all at once. So if you could dig down deep, grab that bid paddle, hold it up, get them all. It has to be all at once or the photo's not effective. And then Annette can't write all the numbers down if you don't hold them up all at once. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Annette, look at that. All right, that's awesome. And if you're at home watching, you know, you can pretend you have your paddle. We see you. We appreciate you, and we appreciate all the donations that are coming in. Also, I want to thank Jonathan and Gabe. One more round of applause for them for doing such a great job. It is so wonderful to be here with everyone in person again. And it's so lovely to see so many of my favorite people in the room. Doesn't it kind of feel like a family reunion every year when we come back? Doesn't it? It kind of feels like a family reunion. We come from all around the country, and this is the one thing that drives us here. And we're excited to end this darn disease. Annette and Gabe, you are beyond relentless. And to our honorees tonight, you've been so inspiring. You're doing so much. That's right, you can applaud, we got time. You're doing so much to enable CTF to be the engine to discover the drug to end this disease once and for all. And Leanna, you're an inspiration to all of us. We know as the ambassador, you are going to bring so much awareness to our cause. It's going to really make a huge difference. And of course, to the Clark family, we cannot thank you enough for your long-standing support of CTF. It's with families like yours, without families like yours, we couldn't do the things that we are doing today. So you can applaud. That's all right. You can applaud. We have time. So let me explain to you how this is going to work. For those of you that have been here in past years, you already know what's going on. But if you're new tonight, I want to make sure you understand how we're going to do this. What I'm going to do here in a moment is I'm going to ask for a straight donation. I'm going to start at $500,000. Anyone that can do $500,000 is going to hold their paddle up. They're going to keep that paddle up until I read that number off. And then I'll do $250,000 and so on and so forth, all the way down to $1,000. So there will be an amount for everyone in the room. Or if you're watching at home, you can put that amount in as well. The deal is, if the amount I'm asking for is not your amount, that's fine. But the person sitting next to you may be thinking about that amount, and it's your rousing applause that is just the encouragement we need for them to donate that money. So your job is simple. Either you're bidding or you're applauding. And the first amount I'm asking for is for $500,000. That's a great amount. I like that amount. With every $500,000, you'll be helping us plant the seeds of innovation, helping grow our robust and diverse scientific portfolio, and we want to make sure we leave no stone unturned. So before I get started, I have one question for you, and I expect a rousing NF curing response, and that is, are you ready to have an auction? That's not bad. I think I hear more applauding at home, though. I don't think we're going to cure NF with an applause like that. I'm going to ask you again, are you ready to have an auction? There it is. There it is. All right, this first amount that I'm asking for is for $500,000. But before I do that, everyone in this room make some noise. Let's get that applause going. Here we go. Let's get the applause going. Who'll do $500,000? At $500,000 equal to be $5,000. I can't hear you. If you're not bidding, you're applauding. At $500,000 equal to be $500. I still can't hear the noise. If you're at home, make some noise there and then donate that money. At $500,000 equal to be $500. Who else is in at $500? All right. That was a great warm-up. Next up is our $250,000 amount. You'll be helping us fund the tools that we need for advanced research, an NF registry, an NF biobank data platforms. All of that is with our $250,000 donation you can help us do. But you know what to do, New York City. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise. Who'll do $250,000? At $250,000 equal to $250,000. I can't hear you. If you're not bidding, you're applauding. Here we go. At $250,000 equal to $250,000. All you have to do is hold that paddle up. At $250,000, we're going to get there at $250,000. All in, all done. Last chance. All right. Now, we are moving on to our $100,000 amount. You'll be helping us, you'll be a partner in connecting patients with science and care through our NF conference and summit. And as you saw in many, many cases, and especially tonight, it is so, so important. So many people don't even realize what they have, and this kind of thing makes a big, big difference. So for $100,000. Let's make some noise. Here we go. Let's get that applause going. Who'll do 100? At $100,000 equal to 100. There's one right there. There's another one right there. Keep that applause going. We're going to do it at $100,000. I can't hear you. Who else is in? At $100,000 equal to 1,000. Keep it going. Don't stop now. Keep your hands together for buyer number 448. Buyer number 217. Is there anyone else at 100,000? Just like that, we made 200,000. Great job, guys. All right. Now, next up is our $50,000 amount. I'm just going to stay right down here in the crowd with you. For $50,000. Let's get that applause going. Let's make some noise and let's generate some funds for $50,000. Who else is in? There's one right there. Keep it going. Hold them up nice and high. Don't be shy. Who else is in? There's another one there. I can't hear you. Make some noise. Here we go. At $50,000 be able to be 50. Yes, you should. We're just having fun. At $50,000 be able to be 50,000. Keep your hands together for buyer number 424. Bidder number 406. I got another one over here. What was your number? Buyer number 251. That is awesome. That is amazing. All right. Next up is our $25,000 amount. With every $25,000 tonight, you'll help us guide newly diagnosed patients and families and help us provide them with the resources they need to deal with this relentless disease. So for $25,000, let's make some noise. Here we go. For $25,000, let's get the applause going. There's one there. There's one there. There's another one. Oh, they're everywhere. At $25,000, people at 25. I can't hear you. Hold them up nice and high. Don't be shy. At $25,000, people hold it up. Here we go. At $25,000, people at 25,000. Keep your hands together for buyer number 448. You can applaud, we have time. Buyer number 169. Bidder number 113. Is she bidding? I thought she was bidding. Buyer number 435. Bidder number 248. Buyer number 178. Is there anyone else at 25,000? All right. Next up is our $15,000 amount to help us support travel scholarships for our physicians to attend NF conferences, because if our physicians don't know, they can't help. So for $15,000, here we go. Let's get that applause going. Make some noise. Who'll do 15? There's one there. Another one there. At $15,000 people to 15. I can't hear the applause. I can't hear it. Who else is in? At $15,000 people to 15. Yes, you should. Keep it going. At $15,000 people to 15,000. Keep your hands together for buyer number 260. And buyer number 120. Is there anyone else at 15,000? Wow. All right, next up is our $10,000 amount. With every 10,000 we get, oh, there's another one right there for 15. Buyer number 212. And another one over here, buyer number 217. That is spectacular. Now we're heading to our $10,000 amount, which can help support NF families to attend a summit to get the information they need. For $10,000, we can do that. Here we go. There's one right there. There's one right there. Get that applause going. Who else is in at $10,000? Here we go. At $10,000, be with $10,000. Yes, you should. I can't hear you, Manhattan. Make some noise. At $10,000, be able to $10,000. The more you applaud, the more money we make. At $10,000, be able to $10,000. All in, all done. Keep that applause going for buyer number 141. Bidder number 180. You can applaud. We have time. Buyer number 172. Bidder number 422. Buyer number 423. This is 10,000 every time I read a number. Buyer number 122. Bidder number 302. Buyer number 447. Buyer number 401. Bidder number 205. Who else do I have at 10,000? Anyone else? Buyer number 105. Is there anyone else at 10,000? Woo! Wow. Wow. All right. Our next amount is for $5,000. Can help us continue to support patient engagement, focusing on research, real-life issues that all of these patients face every single day. And for $5,000, you can help us do that. Let's get that applause going. Let's make some noise. Who'll do 5,000? They're everywhere. At $5,000 people to bid 5,000. Yes, you should. Don't stop now. At $5,000 bid, I can't hear you. Make some noise. At $5,000 people to bid 5,000. Who else is in at 5,000? Keep your hands together for buyer number 420. Bidder number 114. Buyer number 218. Buyer number 428. Bidder number 123. You can still applaud. It's okay. Buyer number 297. Bidder number 124. Buyer number 130. Bidder number 444. Told you I'd get your money. Buyer number 135. Bidder number 133. Buyer number 411. Bidder number 325. Buyer number 243. He's our singer tonight too. Buyer number 241. Bidder number 240. Bidder number 339. Buyer number 244. Is there anyone else? All right. So here we go. We are down. My notes going here. We are down to our $1,000 amount. Before I even ask that, how about a round of applause for all the bidders tonight? Bidders tonight. If you've not gotten in, or if you already have bid, you can still do this again. Every dollar counts to help us with a breakthrough to end this disease once and for all. And can we do that tonight? Can we help end this disease tonight? Can we? Can we? If you're watching at home, we see you and we appreciate your donations as well. This is for $1,000. Let's really bring me home strong. For 1,000, make some noise. Here we go. There's 1,000. They're everywhere. At $1,000 to be able to 1,000. Hold them up nice and high. Don't be shy. At $1,000 to be able to 1,000. I can't hear you, New York. walk. Make some noise at $1,000 people to 1,000. And keep that applause going for buyer number 137. Bidder number 438. Buyer number 110. Bidder number 196. Buyer number 441. Bidder number 262. Buyer number 442. Bidder number 433. Buyer number 242. Bidder number 179. Buyer number 216. You can applaud. This is $1,000 every number I read. Buyer number 250. Bidder number 429. Buyer number 293. Bidder number 292. Buyer number 261. Bidder number 248. Bidder number 230. Bidder number 231. Buyer number 190. Bidder number 165. Buyer number 192. Bidder number 326. Buyer number 301. Bidder number 247. Buyer number 334. This is $1,000 every time. Buyer number 288. Bidder number 129. Bidder number 288 again. Buyer number 131. Is there anyone? Oh, here we go. Buyer number 203. Bidder number 332, and they want to do it twice. Buyer number 332 again. That is awesome. Did I miss anybody at 1,000? Buyer number 193. Is there anyone else? Buyer number 140. Why are we not applauding? Why are we not making noise? Who else is in at 1,000? Is there anyone else at 1,000? Wow. That's amazing. You guys are spectacular. All right, now, before I leave you, if I did not ask for your amount, if you wanted to donate $1 million and I didn't ask, I apologize for that. That is totally on me, 100%. But in all seriousness, any amount you want, whether you're here or you're watching us across the globe, please remember to text NF to 24365, or you can simply pick up your phone. I know you're probably watching this on your phone if you're home, and dial 1-800-323-7938. You seriously can put in any amount you want. Every single dollar we get gets us that much closer to cure. Thank you so much for having me back. It's been my pleasure, my honor to be here to help you raise money. And let's do this together in NF. Thank you so much.
What an unbelievable show of support once again this year from this spectacular community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think that may have been the most dramatic auction yet. Let's give it up one more time for Chris Aslanian. And please don't forget, you can still make a donation and help us reach our goal of $2 million this evening. If you've already made a donation tonight, we thank you, and feel free to do it again. It's just easy, right? You know, you just take out your phone, you text NF to 24365, or you go to ctf.org/gala, or you pull out your phone, you dial 800-323-7938. It is really, truly incredible to see all the donations coming in from people joining remotely around the world. It's like you can feel the energy in this room, right, guys? It's like we got something brewing here. And your comments and contributions are amping things up even more, so thank you very much. Right now, I'm going to pass it off to CTF's National Gala co-chairs, Liz Rodbell, Clara Wilpon, Tila Fallick-Levi, and Erica Harmon Horvitz for one final important announcement. Yes, girl. Yes, girl.
Okay, so we don't have a big job, but we do all want to really say we're so pleased with the participation and the dedication of everyone in this room. We really, really feel very blessed We've worked together as a team, and we hope you've enjoyed the evening. And by the way, you can keep giving. Cheers to everyone. The next part of tonight is really a musical presentation, which I think probably you've all been waiting for, with Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez. So we're super excited to introduce them. And again, Tila, Clara, Erica, we did it. Thank you again, everyone. Please enjoy the musical presentation.
All right, everybody. So it is my honor to bring up two of my new friends tonight. Their list of accolades is insane. I'm sure you guys have heard of the movie Frozen, and you guys have heard of the movie Coco, and they've won a couple awards like Oscars and Emmys and Grammys and Tonys. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the moment we've all been waiting for tonight. Our special guests, please give a very warm welcome to Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez.
Oh my God, here are my glasses I've been looking for all night long. Can I say something crazy?
I love crazy.
Good. How about we drink 3 glasses of wine, have a dinner, sticky toffee pudding, and try to recreate one of Disney's favorite musical numbers?
Well, sounds good to me.
All right, here we go. All my life has been a series of doors in my face. Then suddenly I bump into you.
It's funny because, like, I've been searching my whole life to find my own place. And maybe it's the party talking or the chocolate fondue.
But with you,
I found my place.
I see your face,
and it's nothing like
I've ever known before. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. With you,
love is an
open door.
I mean, it's crazy.
What?
We finish each other's
sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
I never met someone who thinks so much like me.
Jinx
again. Our mental synchronization can't have but one explanation. You
and I
were just meant to be. Say goodbye to the pain of the past. We don't have to feel it anymore. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Life can be so much more with you. With you. Love is an open door.
Can I say something crazy?
Yeah.
Will you marry me?
I said yes 21 years ago, so.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting us to be a part of this wonderful evening. We've been moved by what we have witnessed tonight and the incredible ways the innovation and treatments developed by the Children's Tumor Foundation have impacted people in our own family. We first learned about CTF from my cousin Natalie Schneider, whose incredible son Marcus was diagnosed with NF2 SWN.
So 10 years ago, actually before I say this whole story, I would love for the Schneider family at table 30 to stand up, because Marcus and his amazing family is here with us tonight. So I want us all to go back to 2014. Marcus was 6 years old, and the Schneider family was given impossible choices in the face of a rare disease that had no cures, no treatments. Some doctors were recommending surgery, which would have taken his hearing then and there. Other doctors were recommending radiation, which would lead to cancer down the road. It was then that Natalie and Marcus were directed to the Children's Tumor Foundation and Dr. Plotnick at table 29, I think, that they currently see. Now, Dr. Plotnick knew that there were options and treatments that he knew would be available in 5 to 10 years. And he told that family, hold on, have faith. Future treatments and clinical trials will become available. So don't jump into those permanent surgeries or risky treatments now.
But today, Marcus is on targeted gene therapy medication that has shrunk his tumors. And at the moment, thanks to CTF, there are 2 other medications in trials for NF2-SWN. Every day, a new option opens up for Marcus. There are doctors working on gene fixes that were only the idea of science fiction when Marcus was 6. They're studying ways that Marcus may have the opportunity to attack these tumors with direct shots of medication to the tumor site.
So I'm going off script just to the teleprompter person. Marcus is 16 years old. Marcus just blew us away earlier because there was a magic guy during cocktail hour, and the magic guy was like, give us something that I should draw, that everyone would know, everyone would recognize. And Marcus went, well, I'm thinking of something, but I probably shouldn't say it. And Marcus is a 16-year-old. He's driving a Dodge Charger he loves. Last week, he made Life Scout, which means he has just 5 more badges and a community project away from Eagle Scout. His community project is pretty awesome, actually. They are going to change the courthouse lighting to help highlight and shine a light on rare diseases, not only NF1, NF2, but rare diseases known to everyone. And that's his Eagle Scout project that he's working on right now. And in terms of giving back to the community, it's really worth noting that he was the youngest patient ever to take the current treatments he's on, which is paving the way for younger kids to have this option for him as well. So what does this mean for us here in this room? With every day and every dollar, CTF is literally building the sidewalk forward for Marcus and so many other families seeking options to keep their children walking, to keep their children hearing, to keep their children seeing, and not just living, but thriving. There were lots of options we could think of to end this evening, but the thing that came to mind as we struggled with how do we finish this important evening was the one that Bobby's going to introduce now.
This is a song we wrote when our first daughter was born. It's a lullaby, and I guess we, it's sort of self-explanatory.
Everyone who's a parent, everyone who's a child in this room, I want you to think of this lullaby and the fact that we all love our children and we all want them to have the life that they deserve. I love you. I mean, I just adore you. I want to do things for you all my life. I love you. I'm not just being sappy. I want to make you happy all my life. Oh, what do other people do
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Bobby Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez. That was, I don't know, a bucket list thing for me. I loved Frozen. Love is an Open Door is one of my favorite songs out there. I'm a big softie when it comes to that, so that was amazing. Alongside the amazing NF community tonight, that just took my breath away. Thank you, Bobby and Kristen, for sharing your talents and your powerful words for us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been so special to come together and hear these incredible stories of NF and fighters and families and staff and clinicians and scientists. And once again, we have shown the power of this magnificent NF community, which tonight was able to raise, how much did we raise? They always do this to me every year. They leave me hanging. They leave me in the trenches taking hand grenades. $1,843,145. Thank you so much to all of our donors here in the room and to all of our virtual audience around the world. It would just not be possible to fight NF without each and every one of you. It has been phenomenal to celebrate with you again tonight. Thank you, and good night, everybody.